Cation, Laurie Kilmartin.
We're recording.
Oh, all right. Well,
Hey, Laurie.
hello, Jacqueline.
How you doing?
I'm fine.
You're like, that didn't sound fine. Yes.
There's been hiccups, like I wanted my home office to be in full swing now, and the person picking up the bed had a delay because of family stuff. So it's just like everything's hanging in the balance until they get this giant bed out of the room.
Oh, right.
But you
they
know what?
want it, right?
They do want it. Yes.
Good.
They want it for their church, like gives it to people in need. So
Right.
it's a good deal. Yeah, I'm okay. I had fun shows this week, and I'm back on the road at the Comedy Attic. I get to see, you know what, the Comedy Attic's really good about collaborating on posts, other comedy clubs.
Hint, hint, nudge,
Hint.
nudge.
Yeah,
Yep.
like I sent them two where I added just like to one of my reels. I added Laurie Kilmartin to the Comedy Attic, whatever, August 23rd, 24th. They posted, I collab on it, so it's going out again, but it's got this little, promo on it, and hopefully a lot of them are the same reels I've been sending to Indy and Bloomington. So hopefully people go, oh my God, I saw that lady 2 weeks ago on my Instagram, and now she's here this weekend. That's what I'm hoping, gang.
Right. Hoping that you will for sure come on out. And fair enough. I am going to Madison. I'm doing Madison, Wisconsin, and then Chicago, Illinois, and then hanging out with my dad and my brother for a couple of days in between. And the Madison one, they put a flyer out, and in the corner it said tickets still available, and I felt shame. But whatever.
Listen, Jackie, I've been seeing good comics that I think are famous that are saying, hey, tickets still available for tonight's show. And if there were 2 tickets available, they wouldn't be doing that. So the summer is sucking for everybody. I'm hearing that across the board.
And it's been this way for decades. The thing is people are like, you don't fill the room. It doesn't really mean that, because then you show up and you talk to the staff, and the staff's like, no one was here for an incredibly good comic. Ian Bagg is a delight. Have you watched Ian Bagg? He's super fun to watch. He does a lot of crowd work. It's a joy to behold. And they're like, well, he's not packing the place out either. And I'm like, okay.
Should we be outing?
That's okay.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to affect his work. And I don't think I've said anything that he wouldn't be. The fact that I like his stand-up comedy, how's he going to be offended by that? I don't think. And
no.
He's also not listening.
Jackie. Well, of course. We all listen. What we have to pretend is that everything's great. We're selling out every show. Low ticket availability. Oh, really? Then why are you posting about it? Because I guess they'll be all snapped up. I guess you don't need to. Jackie, we always have to project strength and success on the internet, okay? So that you would even highlight someone's actual reality is a stab in the back.
Stab in the back. Maybe that's the name of the show. Well, I did the corporate this week.
Oh,
yes.
That's it.
And I have this to say about the Sheets Company of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and not Pittsburgh. First of all, I landed at the Pittsburgh airport. They sent a car to pick me up. 2-hour drive.
Oh,
right. I can hear with a limo person.
Oh, a limo. Okay.
We didn't get there till 11:30. It was in the woods. It was at a resort. We were lost going to different places. Joe Zimmerman texted me, and then finally the coordinator guy was like, just put let me see where you are on your iPhone. Put that on, and I'll tell you how to get here. And he did. He talked us through the route. These are the nicest human beings on the planet. For 46 years, the Sheets Company, which is a very fancy gas station company in Pennsylvania and parts of the East Coast, right? If you work for them for 5 years, you get to come there for a week to a resort. And so they go every year because it's staggered, obviously. And then you can come back if you've worked there 10 years. and then you can come back if you've worked there 15 years. Joe Zimmerman did, I think, 4 shows for the people who were less than 25 years. There's 76,000 people work for them.
Wow. Jackie,
Right.
hold on.
I did
76,001. I'm about to send my resume. They sound
exactly.
terrific.
And and I did because I'm an old, I guess. I did the 25 to 50 years. Someone who had been working there 50 years, and they're like, I'm retiring. You can celebrate it, but I'm out. Anyway, but I will say that they were super nice. And the Sheets family, there was a guy named Travis, there was a guy named John, there was a guy named Emily, but it was a corporate. So you have to remember this with corporates is they're supposed to be fun for the people. They're not particularly supposed to be fun for the comics because it's not set up. It's not set up. It's not set up for us.
Yeah.
It was in essentially like a Lutheran pancake conference room, right?
Oh my
like
God. In a hotel
big,
room?
Big giant round tables, 500 people.
Bright lights?
Lights completely on.
Oh.
Eating dinner. I followed a parade of people getting plaques and taking pictures.
Oh, God.
Introduced by Travis Sheets himself. Thank you very much. And then I had to do 45 minutes, which, by the way, they said before I went up when I did the sound check. And I said, oh, nice and echoey. Perfect. And so.
Did they fix it?
No.
Oh,
no, there was nothing to be done. Like I was like, when more people are in, it'll be better. But there's nothing to be done. It was just vaulted ceiling,
Right.
It's a ballroom is what it is, right? So if anybody wanted to waltz, now would be the time. Anyway, so he was like, so the time that you're supposed to do, and I said, yes, it says 45 minutes, but if you want me to do less. And he goes, no, I was thinking more. And I said, I'll be here at 7:30.
Less is more, sir.
That's what I said. I will do as much as the market can bear. And so I did my time, and it was good. It was everyone had a good time. And I was told later by one of the next day as I was getting ready to leave, one of the young sort of like not intern or PA guy, but the guy who was running around every time I saw him, he said, I didn't get to see your set last night, but I heard it was the best. And as much as I love Joe Zimmerman, I wanted to hear that. And that's what I said
always
to him.
want to hear that. Yeah.
Right. I said, if you've made that up, I appreciate it. And if you haven't made that up, I still appreciate it. And he goes, I'm not making it up. And I said, don't care. Just going to take it as fact. And, but there's like, I had to go through so much. I also forget how to get paid at corporates. There's sheets. There's sheets and sheets of paperwork.
Right.
Get it? That's the name of the company.
Ah,
called
yes.
Sheets.
I didn't get it. You had to say get it, and then I had to reprogram myself.
Speaking of which, I also watched or listened to, I didn't watch the second hour of Stuart Lee's special.
Oh.
I couldn't do it. I watched 1 hour, and then a couple of days went by, and then I just listened to the rest of it as I drove to do sets over the rest of the week. And he has a joke that he wrote easily probably 3 or 4 years ago, because it just came out, and I think it was filmed. And he was so funny about it because he said he was talking about how he does a lot of political material and the government keeps changing in England.
Yeah.
So he's like, so I'm going to have notes. Oh, by the way, I took notes up on stage on the corporate.
Okay.
And I texted Janine Garofalo and I thanked her for making it possible.
You still have her cell phone? Does she even have a cell phone? Are you sure you didn't
that's all
text
she
her
has.
landline? Oh, okay.
It's but yeah, so he had a joke in the special about J.K. Rowling using Robert Galbraith as her nom de plume. Yeah. Like it's such low-hanging fruit, the fact that she uses a man's name gender-wise.
I know. Yeah.
Right. And but I had never heard anyone else do it. I was like, and then since I've heard 2 other people do it. Like it was sort of it released the floodgates, and I was like, oh, I guess these are jokes people have been making. And
she's out. Yeah, Jackie, she's out there being wild. Like she was silenced. She has not tweeted since apparently Imani,
The boxer?
The boxer. Or it's a K last name. I should know it. I love the K last names, Jackie Kashian. I mean, I try to stay loyal to our
yes,
letter.
Laurie Kilmartin. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess what they did was illegal in France, cyberbullying in France, her and Elon Musk.
Yeah.
I don't know how it, unless they were in, you know what? I don't know the legalities of it. The EU is kind of, has different shit going on, but
Yeah.
it's a real lawsuit because she stopped tweeting and then somebody else deleted some of her tweets about, so it's real. And
yeah, I saw that.
That would be incredible.
Yeah, and then I saw that Knob Job did a fake meme that Taylor Swift
was supporting him.
Was supporting him. I was like, this is like, and there's obviously no consent, and he doesn't care about consent, and so I was like, you guys, I don't want to even write those jokes. What are you, nuts? They're just low hanging fruit. It's bullshit.
Right.
So,
yeah.
And anyway.
Yeah. Topical stuff goes away so quickly. It's hard to spend any energy on it.
So that was my big, and I got back on Friday. On Saturday, I did a set at the Improv, and that was pretty. The crowd was very weird. Dana Gould went up before me, and he had a bachelorette party. You know, behind the piano when they seat people.
Yeah,
that should be the last place they seat people, behind the piano.
Mm-hmm.
And so they broke up into a discussion group, because it was 4 women out to have a good time, and Dana Gould literally just ripped them. He tried to be nice, but you could clearly see that he was mad.
Yeah,
because he wanted to work on something.
Yeah,
and he was not allowed. He was not allowed. He had to deal with these 2 Goonie birds, these 4 Goonie birds. And by the way, I didn't get to work on my new jokes either, because then the whole room, then they stormed out. There was some small amount of storming. They left right after his set. Well, no, they left during his set.
Oh, well, Jackie, I haven't been able to work out stuff at the Improv because ever since I accidentally texted my complaint about not getting spots to Rita instead of the women's chat, I have not got an email asking for my avails.
Oh, fair enough. That'll
no, not fair enough at all.
Right. But
just life, Jackie.
You're on such is life, and you're on the wall at the store. So
yeah,
you know what? You got other
eyes
work.
on the prize. Eyes on the prize.
That's it. Lateral move, my friend. And I got to see Kira. Kira was super funny. Kira Sultanovich went up before Dana, I think. And then
James and you can't do that.
Why?
It's not going to help you. How does this help you?
He's a nice enough guy. I just I think he's all right. 1326.
Just ask Kyle to bleep out the name.
Okay.
See, Jackie, this is not a private conversation. We both have headphones on. That's the number one clue.
We both have. That's the number one clue.
Listen,
what do you got then, Miss? I'm not going to name any names.
I don't know that I have any good gossip. Well, I mean, I had fun sets this week. I did a show at the at a clothing store called Custom Land. It was weird. It was so Friday was crazy. I had Dana Gibson, who I knew from San Francisco. Like, there's some San Francisco comics I've known my entire comedy life, right? She's not a comic. She was like always worked at a club and promotes stuff. And
right.
So she does a show at the Odyssey Theater on South Sepulveda, like once a month. It is an older audience. And I was like,
they worked there 50 years.
I don't know, but I mean, they were nice, they were fun. But like she as she kind of alluded, they were like the boomers that partied a lot in the when they could, right?
Right.
And now they're whatever. So and they're still going out, right? but that was like I had the timing was really tough. I was up there first, and then I drove really quickly over to Custom Land, and it was it it was like people were spilling out onto the sidewalk. They were trying to crane their heads to see into the show. It's just a very tiny store that
Okay.
has cool clothes, and it was just such a I don't know, just so it was really it was a
Sepulveda on
fun.
what?
Oh, you're thinking of Odyssey. The Odyssey is on Sepulveda. Then
okay.
then I had a 9 o'clock set. I had an 8 o'clock in South, like near Culver, and a 9 o'clock on Melrose. So that was
What?
a tough one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it was really fun. It was just like it felt like 10 years ago, where
Okay.
people would just like hover into these weird spaces to see stand-up comedy.
Mhm.
Because there weren't, it was either that or a club that charges you a massive cover charge plus, you know,
Right.
drinks and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it was pretty cool. It was fun. And I guess like when the audience is becoming more and more my son's age in a way. And so
Right, they
I'm
are pretty
relating to
young.
them differently now. You know, it's
Okay.
weird. Like, well, you know, when
What do
you
you
and I
mean?
first started,
Yeah.
we were the young, like the most of the headliners were like 30s or 40s. We were really young, right? We were the
They were
young ones.
dinosaurs. Yes.
Well, at the time they were not. They were, you know,
In their
thriving.
30s.
They were before the meteor hit, right? And then we were younger than the audience most of the time.
Mhm.
And then it's weird how that, you know, that obvious then you're the same age as the audience, and now a lot
Oh,
of
yeah.
the time I'm the age of their mother.
Yes.
Which is just a different way to relate. You know, I can do it and it's kind of fun, but it's a different way to relate to people. And that changes as you remain in comedy.
right.
You know, it's weird.
Right.
Interesting.
It's
Fun, challenging, etc.
Wait, I remember it was 2005, so that was what 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was still and I went to Iraq, and I was still the age of their mother, right? Because
the soldiers. Oh,
the
right.
soldiers,
Yeah. Right.
Because all the soldiers in Iraq were 20, you know.
Right.
And so I was like, because I used to do a bit about how, you know, comics here, when I said I was going to Iraq in 2005, they're like, oh my God, you're going to be surrounded by hot guys. You got to get some. And I'm like, no, this is not going to get any with a 19-year-old. This is gonna, and I was like, if you miss your mom, I'll hug you. How about that? And this is not a MILF. And yeah.
Oh, you know what I just realized? Maybe I'm not the age of their mothers, but they're the age of my son. I had a child so old that I might be older than their mothers. I don't know.
Right. Whenever one of the younger comics start talking about their mom, I do not do this again. I've caught myself doing it twice.
Mm-hmm.
Let us note to self, don't do it again. I've just, both times there's been a pause and I've gone, so how old is your mom? And they'll be like, 56. And I'm like, we're done talking. Okay.
I've said this before, but it bears repeating. If you're a female comic and you like my earrings, don't tell me that your mom has the same pair. Shut the fuck up.
Zip it. Don't need to. I know. All over Threads, there's it's like the Wild West of Twitter times.
Is it fun?
It is fun because but trying to find the way it, because it's slightly, the user interface is slightly different than Twitter because of, I don't know, copyright. I don't know why. And oh my God, I finished my taxes this week and I realized I made $4,000 this year from these people who now you got me self-conscious, and now I have to type a thing. So
Wait, where's the chat?
You gotta, I know they moved it. Studio
Come
chat.
on.
Why are you constantly changing? There you go. Anything? No. It's over on the right hand side. There's a gutter, and it says people, chat, brand, text, media.
No.
All right.
You have to tell me later.
I'll tell you later. It's whatever.
Hold on.
There you go. Found it. You guys, it's a blow by blow.
No. How?
Ads.
Wait.
for the my yeah, just not for anything else, but for that. Oh, by the way,
I don't understand.
well, and the thing is what do I care? I just am going to say the words out loud.
Thank
Unless you would
you.
like me to not say the words.
No,
well, you just told me not to name names.
I did. I just said when you're saying somebody, when you said they have good timing, and then you stare at me and
in judgment.
that's it. Yes.
Okay.
Maybe not attach a name to it. That's it. They're gonna hear. I know these people hear about this shit. What? There's always one snitch listening with their pen out.
Nobody likes a grass. That's what they call them in Britain.
Oh.
But okay, so I have both of my DVDs, my CDs. Not my CDs. My CDs are with Blonde Medicine.
Mm-hmm.
I blessedly get money from them every month via Venmo. Thank you very much. I get money from Stand Up Records. I think 4 times a year. Also very nice. The newest album, Staycation, is I have a video of that, and I have a video of Horcrux. And 800 Pound Gorilla has been airing it's their video. And I was looking for a new clip, and it turns out the DVD or the video of Staycation doesn't have the Yellowstone bit on it.
Oh, that's weird. Why?
I don't know. That half of the joke is not on that album. Is not on that DVD. Is not on the video. It's only on the album. And so I was talking to the guy who filmed it, and he said, I have no idea. I mean, it was 3 years ago, Jackie. And I was like, thanks for that burn. And so but he said, I don't know why that decision was made, but there it was. And so what I'm thinking is trying to find the rough footage in his copious amounts of free time, no doubt. And just saying, can you, because I know the time code where it ought to be. One of the different nights, one of the other nights.
Right.
And then I can rip it, and then that could be a new video, you guys. A whole new clip.
We're just searching the archives for usable clips. This is what you've done to us, audience members.
That's
all right?
not the audience. I'm blaming it on the man. I'm blaming it on the man. So
I Patrick from Partial Media. He's a clips guy.
Okay.
And he works at the store, and so I met him there, and he took one of my bits about not wanting my son to watch porn, how I'm going to stop him, and he added graphics to it, and he kind of just played around the video a little bit, zooming in and stuff like that, and it was really good, so I just reposted it. The Improv, ironically, who doesn't book me, posted that clip like a month and a half ago, and it got a ton of views. I'm like, hey, throw me on your stage then. I mean, I love being on your Instagram grid. Yeah. And so they but they used the clip. It hadn't come from me yet. So I took it, and then he added some stuff, and so it's doing okay.
Good.
I don't, it's, and how many clips do we have? Like, do you just start recycling them and then,
I do. I reuse clips, even though I know there's part of me that wishes I could just archive my entire grid.
Right.
Like and then just start over.
Right.
But I don't know. And then everybody who's never seen any of this stuff will be like, oh, there it is. And everyone who has seen all this stuff are like, oh yeah, I remember that. Because when I do repost stuff, I get a fair number of comments that's like, oh, I love this bit.
Yeah.
Or I saw this bit, and I was like, okay, I know. And but that's fine, because it's always flattering. They're not mad at me for reposting it. They're like, I always psyched when though I will say I have gotten so many mega, because all I did. So JD Vance, I mentioned JD Vance and Associates, right? On my Facebook, I posted it on Instagram Reels, and then I reposted it on Facebook Reels, like I'm supposed to. And on the and then I copied the text,
captions, hashtags. Yeah,
can't change the caption on Reels and Facebook ever again. One and done. And so while it has many views, it's the Rapture bit, right? Nobody is watching the Rapture bit That's not true. A lot of people are watching the retro, but I'm getting a lot of maggot bots. I'm getting a lot of bots going, hey, fatty Magoo. Hey, you're gross. And hey, go to hell. Hey. And so I have to, for about a week and a half, I had to spend about a half an hour deleting and blocking. Because that's, I mean, I'm not going to respond, and I'm certainly not going to let it remain. So,
yeah. I posted.
I wish I could edit out JD Vance, is what I'm saying. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I posted a tweet that was getting a lot of MAGA shit, so then I had just turned off the comments, and then magically my life got better.
Right. I didn't want to do that because I was also getting some good comments, and I was like, well, I mean. And so, and it's kind of tapered off. It might come back because of the DNC, right?
Right.
But oh my gosh, I'm going to. So the Democratic National Convention is this week in Chicago. I am in Madison, so blessedly not in Chicago. And then next week, when they leave, I will be in Chicago.
Yes.
So
that's how you celebrate your DNC, folks.
Oh my God, just me coming into your town looking for. And I have this to say about a Chicago dog. Los Angeles, don't even call it a Chicago dog. Just say we have hot dogs, and I could put a tomato on it. You don't. We don't have any. We don't have any sesame seed buns. I don't have the right kind of relish. I want to put ketchup on it. Just stop talking. Tell me that you sell hot dogs, and don't tell me it's a Chicago dog, because I rarely eat a hot dog. But if you have a Chicago dog in your menu, occasionally I'll be like, I wouldn't mind a Chicago dog. And then I get it, and I'm like, no, it's a mess. It's a mess. Don't even bother. Just say you have hot dogs. This is my PSA.
I hope the word gets out.
Right.
This is obviously incredibly important to you and absolutely meaningless to me. So
it means something to me. But right after Chicago, I'm flying to San Antonio to open for Maria.
At LOL?
No, I think it's a small theater.
Oh, nice.
Remember the LOLMO?
Oh my God.
I came up with that.
You know what? I never side with a booker, but today I have to. I'm sorry.
I was like, you're leaving money on the table. And when I told them that, somebody did say to me, actually, we take the Alamo pretty seriously here. And I was like, well, then that's your first mistake.
Jackie.
It'd be like if someone got mad at me if I took cheese serious. Like, like if someone made fun of cheese and I was like, oh.
You don't make fun of JPL in Pasadena, right? This is their moneymaker, the Alamo. Otherwise, people would just go to Austin. There's no other reason to go to San Antonio except the Alamo.
They got the nice river walk. Have you been to the Alamo?
Oh, Jackie, this is where my son's father and I hooked up for the first time. Yeah, that's where his family is. No, not in the Alamo.
I wanted to have been in the Alamo because it's the size of this room. The Alamo is so tiny. Anyway.
Yeah. So, I've been to San Antonio many times, the Riverwalk many times. It's fine. It's very manufactured.
Sure.
You know, I have to say,
it's like Times Square. It's very Disney. It's very beautiful.
I think there's a Riverwalk in Milwaukee, right?
Yes, and it isn't as nice, but it is.
I liked it. It wasn't too much. Milwaukee's Riverwalk is like San Antonio's like Disneyland Riverwalk. Yeah. It's just too much happening. Too many.
When you go to Milwaukee,
canoes or whatever,
you could go look at the not great statue of Henry Winkler, but they meant well. You can go to the Safe House, which is right around the corner from it, which is sort of a themed bar for Prohibition and the Cold War, and used to have open mics and up close magic when I lived there for one winter in 1989. And you could go they had and they still do. It's a barber chair that comes out of the floor, and you would sit in it, and they would pour booze into your face. And I went there, took my nephews to lunch there, and I said, you guys still have that barber chair? And the woman goes, it's actually against the law for us to pour liquor into people's mouths now. And I was like, oh, well, that actually makes sense. And she goes, yeah, so we just give you a pitcher of liquor. Like an entire pitcher of margaritas, and then the entire place, yells chug. And you're like, well, that seems a lateral move. It doesn't seem a step forward. It really doesn't.
I had that happen to me once at a frat party at UCLA when I was first there. I was trying to like hang with all the college kids, and so
because you were a college kid.
That I guess I was. So me and a couple other girls on the swim team, we went to a frat party. First one. Wait, was that it? I don't know. I have a picture of me with a margarita being mixed in my mouth with various bottles, and then my only memory is the next morning, Saturday morning, we had workout, and
complete blackout?
No, not blackout. I could feel the tequila all over my body. When I took a breath in, I could feel it, and when I took a breath out, I could smell it, and it was so sickening. And I've never liked tequila ever since.
Right.
That's my story.
That is a good sign that you might be what's called in the business a normal drinker, because it's insane to power through that. There's some sort of physical reaction that I was like, no, this is gross. Let's do it again. And that's a bad sign. If that's happening in your life, you might have an abnormal reaction to. And the thing is in comedy, you only run into people. I mean, that's not true. I only ran into people who drank like I drank, because people like you would go back to the hotel because you wanted to get up and go swimming in the morning.
I guess it's another thing that's my fault, Jackie.
Not at all. It's what I'm saying is that people like me would stay all night, and you thought you were doing it for the work, and you weren't.
I heard about you guys the next morning at the next show. I would hear about how much fun you guys had.
Right.
And I'm like, well, at least I wasn't assaulted. I was in my room.
You were in your room. That's it. Anyway, but I'm about with the new plan. There's a new plan for my PA agent for booking me.
Okay.
And it's a lot of it is booking me to opening for Maria.
Okay.
Right? And,
there you go.
But he's got it.
Chinga.
Right, except for that it's what he's trying to do is he's trying to simplify it so that the venue pays what Maria would normally pay me. And then Maria covers air and hotel, and then she doesn't have to give me a bump. Whether or not this works out, that's fine. But what I like about it, quite honestly, is that it is
her show.
Yeah. Or per club. Yeah.
Oh.
If it's a club week, that's what I get. But if it's a theater, and some of them are 3 theaters in a row.
Yeah.
In 1 week. So that's a good week, right?
That's a great week.
Right. But what I like about it is that like she'll go to Helium or Funny Bone or the Improv or one of the big chains. And this is sort of, and I don't think this is in my agent's, I mean, I don't know. He's actually very good at his job. So it might be part of the plan. But they now have in their mind, oh, this is her low headliner money. But they're paying me because normally they would just give me like $200.
Right. Yeah, sure.
And then Maria would match our money.
Right.
And so now she doesn't have to do that. And so the agent is booking all of these dates starting next year.
Wow.
And that's great. But it's filling up my calendar, which is amazing and important. But I really hope it means that all the big chains are like, well, we could bring her back and lowball her. And then my agent will go, well, not too low, not that low, because she's going to be headlining. And then maybe it'll just be normal headline money. Somebody asked me what I was, what my rate was.
Yeah.
And so I went from what he tries to get me per week to the most I've ever made for a weekend. And I was like, you pick. And but I did take a gig in Moscow, Idaho for a comedy festival.
Mm-hmm.
Because 2 of my friends, one lives in Spokane and one lives in Hope, Idaho.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going to stay an extra 2 nights and visit those people because one of them's 91 and her daughter.
You're friends with a 91-year-old?
Yes.
That's nice.
It is nice. She's great. And then the Telluride. You did the Telluride Blues Festival, right?
Have you? When you doing it? I did it last year.
Right, I'm doing it in a month or so. And the guy,
Troy,
Troy got another gig. He has, I think he got nominated for an Emmy. Is
yeah,
what he was saying.
Yeah, he writes for Kibble. Yeah.
So he won't be there, but so I booked a flight into Telluride.
Oh,
but I did not book a flight out of Telluride because I thought a month was okay. But it turns out it's a festival, and so
there's no
is
flights
out of Denver. Yes, unless I do United or American, and I have this to say: I will not. I cannot.
You'd rather drive to? Are you going to rent a car? You're going to?
I was gonna, but one of the other comics is driving in from Denver, and he's just going to drive me back on the Monday. And I booked a late flight. So.
That's nice. I flew out of a town that begins with an M. That's around there.
Yeah, it was. But that's
that was
the
a mess.
Ride.
They almost left me there because they were going to get me to my flight late, and because they had to pick up a band, and the shuttle was like shuttle and I'm like, oh, I'm not going to make it, and I was like, I'm a single mother. I have to get back to my son.
Oh my gosh, my flight from the gig in Pennsylvania completely canceled, rerouted, was supposed to fly to Burbank, ended up at LAX, all kinds of weird, like just plain drama. And luckily I didn't care because I wasn't going anywhere but home. Like, on the way to the gig, it is very stressful.
It's very stressful.
And that's
why a lot of us fly out a day early, Yeah.
And I did fly out a day early, but that's when I if I lose my temper, I lose it on the way to the gig.
Right.
Never on the way home. It's fine. And so everybody I was like, so is this gonna go? And she's like, well, it's been delayed 66 minutes. And I said, well, I'm connecting. And she goes, yeah, you're not gonna make that connection. And I said, okay, well, can we, is there another flight that goes through something else that I get to LAX instead of Burbank? And she's like, yes, we could totally do that. And because I was sane, I ended up getting bumped up to first class and then Delta Comfort. And so I made it back. But then Andy, it might be the last time he picks me up at LAX, by the way.
Oh, no. Has he filed for divorce?
It was a Friday. Oh, I have a new joke about Andy that I haven't been able to do. And I'm just going to tell it to you because it's just the premise so far. Which is because he's ever since, I would say, the last 10 years, he's taken up running instead of therapy, right? So there's no therapy. He's had some issues. Like his dad died and he was sad. And then so he decided to exercise. So he started taking up running. His mom moved in. He's sort of gone back to running. And he's up to 3 miles. He can run 3 miles now. If he makes it to 14 miles, I'm almost certain that he will run into the sea. There you go. See? That's a funny joke.
I like it.
There's something there, right? Okay.
Or he just gets to mile 4, he'll keep on running. We'll never see him again.
That's it. He'll just say, I'm going for cigarettes, and then just never return. So
why are you running to get cigarettes?
Because remember
I'm getting out of here. Oh no, I mean that could be your question. Like,
oh right, yeah. You don't. Yeah, but wait, we never took a break. We should totally take a break.
How much time have we done?
We're at like 38:45.
Oh yeah, Kyle isn't here. He will be monitoring us from the Kyle headquarters. Putting this together. Yes.
Putting this together. Okay. And then let's do Comic of the Week.
Yes, our Comic of the Week. I found her on Instagram, Brittany Ross, Brittany. There's many spellings of Brittany, guys, so you got to get your Brittany's all lined up correctly. Brittany. And I think that's the old spelling of the island, right? Brittany?
Maybe.
I think it is.
But her handle is I am Brittany Ross, BrittanyRoss. I am AM. She spells out I AM. So
I am. Yeah, like I am Laura House. Yeah.
But no, it's Laura House is I am Laura House. This is I am Brittany Ross. But Brittany Ross is really fucking funny, you guys.
Okay.
Note to self.
Yes, I saw first. I see this clip, and she's looks to be 8 or 9 months pregnant, right?
Right.
Super
Dude.
pregnant.
Yeah.
Very funny abortion joke in that.
Was the clip.
Yes, and then I'm like, ooh, follow, put her on the list. And then the next clip of hers is she's holding the baby. I'm like, wow, that happened fast. Was that me following you? That made the baby come out?
Oh, that's so funny. But
Yeah.
yes, yeah, very funny. Brittany Ross, find her, follow her, book her,
Mm-hmm.
make her part of your daily routine.
Your
'Cause
life,
she's
yes.
funny. I like it. Other than that, so I'm going to Moscow, Idaho, and then I'm going to Telluride. But then I'm doing Acme. Then I'm back at Minneapolis doing Acme in September. And he loves you. You should totally light a fire.
Bruce
I know
is
he's had some health issues.
negotiating. Bruce
Okay.
is negotiating for
Good.
25. Yeah, it's weird. Like, I got another week at Dr. Grin's, but it's in June. I'm like, please don't put me in the Midwest in the summer, please. But that was all they could do.
Right. What's I'm at Dr. Grin's in I think November or December.
That's when you want to be there when it's cold. That's when those people go out. You work a club in the Midwest. You know this. You're from there. They don't like to be indoors in the summertime. They're out all night.
Right. Everybody's got a
outdoors.
pontoon boat, or their
Yes.
neighbor does. We never did. We where do you summer? Well, where we wintered. It's we did. There was it's very. Yeah, weirdly enough, because like I'm opening, you got me a couple of Gary Gulman opening gigs. Arroyo Grande. That's in October, the 3rd and 4th, doing Arroyo Grande and then Bakersfield with Gary Gulman. And then
Cool.
a one-nighter in Cincinnati at a club that they were also talking about booking other things around, and they have not. And I'm like, you guys, it's going to be $600 to get me there. And that's October 12th. But then, so if you were in Cincinnati, if we could sell this out so that I could make airfare, that'd be a delight, Cincinnati, Ohio. But then the 18th and 19th, I'm doing something called Beaches Comedy Club in Florida. My first headline gig in Florida ever in October. And then I'm in Pittsburgh in November. Yep. Go ahead.
What part of Florida?
It seems to be on the Gulf.
Isn't that all of Florida? That's the whole left half, right?
It's but there's also the inland part that is full of Confederate flags and dum-dums.
That's Florida.
But the southern part is full of the gays and the old retirees. And the Key West people who love Hemingway. Have you tried to read Hemingway? There's trouble there.
A while ago.
Yes. Old man of the sea. I get it. Anyway.
Well, Florida, Jackie is coming for you with her fresh stereotypes about your population.
Exactly.
Enjoy.
Let me do something regional. Allow me to just sum it up regionally, you guys. Is there an alligator? What's happening?
Hello, gays and olds. It's Jackie-cation.
Now I'm over here. I think it's all college kids. What's going to happen? So, yeah, but then I'm doing Vermont, and then I'm doing Maine, and then I'm opening up for Maria at the end of November or middle of November. But then I'm doing that Manteca, the deaf puppy.
Yay. Jackie, are we doing gigs now?
I don't know. It was a moment where you asked me about Grand Rapids, so I picked up a piece of paper where I'd written down that I'm doing it right before Christmas, December 19 to 21.
Right. Deaf Puppy's fun. Yeah, I had a great time. Are you just gonna drive up there?
Yeah, I'm also just gonna drive up. The Arroyo, the Gulman thing. That's only, I think it's past Ventura, but before Morro Bay, so it's only like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, that's no big deal.
It does have a hotel, so I'm just gonna drive up there, stay next night, go to Bakersfield, which also has a hotel, and then I'm gonna come home the next day. So.
Listen, I'm opening for Gary in Vancouver. You know, the
that's right.
29th of September.
Okay.
And I decided to fly in Saturday and stay over because I'm like, let me swim in that they have a pool that's like 3 football fields long. I'm like, I gotta swim in it. It closes the weekend before I get there.
Oh no.
So, I mean, it'll be nice to have a full day in Vancouver and just
it will.
bop around, but dang it, I was so excited.
I know.
If anyone's, I'm Kimmy D is moving
Yeah.
to North Carolina, right?
I think you said that. Yes.
Yeah. So she's having the last Indoor Voices show in Santa Barbara on September 14th, a Saturday, which should be a great blowout. I think Matt, I forget who's opening for me. Well,
Kirsch.
is it? Yeah, Kashian. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's great.
Did I tell you that already?
No.
How did you guess?
said Matt, and I know only a couple of Matts. Actually, that's not true. I probably know a handful of Matts.
You know what? Because Matt Donaher's opening for me at the Rooster Teeth Feathers in October 3rd through the 6th. That's why I've got Matt on the brain.
You do have Matt on the brain, and Matt Donaher, he was on Conan, right?
He's hilarious. Yeah,
he is hilarious, and
he's a great joke writer.
Right, because the thread opened up this week. Remember about he was the one. And Matt Donaher was the one where that guy had taken one of his jokes, and that guy just said, "Yeah, sometimes I take people's jokes."
No, wasn't. It was. No, he had taken.
No, that was the interaction I had. It was.
Oh, I see. Oh,
yes.
So this guy took a Matt Donaher joke and just said it. And then somebody else weighed in. Oh, he took this other guy's joke, and they called him on it, and he said, "You know what? I couldn't stop myself." Where he sounds like he's addicted to doing other comics material, and sometimes he's a good boy, and sometimes he's a mad boy. And tonight he went off the rails.
Stage. I don't do it on stage. How about that? I have very little conversation, and I hit a wall. And when I hit that wall, you're going to hear some other people's my favorite bits of the week. How about that? And
wait, what?
That's off stage, though. Off stage, I do that. I tell people other people's bits, but I do it off stage, and I always credit them.
I know that's not the same thing at all, Jackie.
At all. But why? I don't understand why this guy doesn't do that, because that's how.
Because he doesn't have jokes, and he doesn't write, and he has material. He has time
material issues. Yeah.
He keeps hosting the same room all the time, so he needs new material, and he doesn't have enough. Instead of hiring a different host, so that you're not stealing. It's
a bad life choice, is what it is, folks.
It really is.
Don't do it. It's one of the big rules, you guys. That's why you tune into the Jackie and Laurie show, you guys, to find out the big rules. One of them. Don't do other people's material.
This guy, I heard, moved back to Australia, and he's doing cruises in Australia.
Oh, that's
I haven't seen him in so long. And it's weird how people still go, and they're doing cruises. It's like, that's fine. You're still in show business. You're still a comic. You're still making money telling jokes. I don't care where it is.
Right.
It's good.
Those people want me to fill up my avails. I've yet to. I could do cruises.
Of course you could. We all could.
No, I know, but these people tried to book me for a cruise a couple of weeks ago, and it fell apart because there was some problem. They wanted to put me on American. I swear to God, it's the only thing I won't do now. Just because I flew American and United to Europe like twice for these Armed Forces Entertainment gigs.
Yeah.
And it was so uncomfortable. It was so rickety. I felt like I was in just a bicycle in the sky.
Yeah.
That the wheel was falling off of. And I didn't feel safe. I didn't feel comfortable. I felt, it felt gross. It felt dirty. So I don't want to fly those two airlines. And so I would rather fly Southwest, which, is a bus. Get on the plane and sit wherever you want. But at least it always feels clean. The crew seems in a cheerful mood. I like Southwest. I genuinely do.
They're fine. I love the 2 free bags. I did get.
Oh yeah.
I get the fine that JetBlue has to pay from the European Union. I'm telling you, I don't know why fucking Britain left the EU. It fucking rocks. Okay, they don't let people slam women boxers. All right, they'll let you sue.
Brexit is bad. Yeah.
Yes. And the EU has all these extra rules. If it doesn't matter if it's an American carrier and it leaves out of an EU airport and you fuck up, you are going to pay EU fines.
Yeah.
And so I got
a bunch
total of $1,300 for both flights.
Good.
Now, I missed $900 in spots. So it's not like I made out like a bandit.
Right.
But it's,
Oh, by the way, you and your Irish ancestry will appreciate this. Do you have on your smart TV the app Roku.
Yes.
There's a show. You don't have to join it. You don't have to sign up. It's called Grow, Cook, Eat. And it's set in Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
And it is two hosts. They are not married. She is the talking head, and she could not be more Irish and charming.
Mm-hmm.
He is the horticulturist. He could not be more Irish and charming.
Mm-hmm.
They grow a vegetable, one vegetable, 22 minutes. They harvest it, and then they have a chef show you a couple of different ways to cook it.
Oh, neat.
22 minutes. It's just, and there's only 2 seasons, and it's adorable. And they show you a little bit around Ireland, and it's set outside of Dublin. And it's called Grow, Cook, Eat, and it's on Roku, and it is my new fave.
Let me just say that of the Irish accents, I have to say the Belfast accent is the one that makes me the horniest. The Dublin accent, not really. But I'll give this one a
Do you
try.
want to meet my friend Kathy? She's from Belfast.
Well,
not particularly. So.
No, but her brother.
She always uses the word we. She's like, let's do a we thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, are you doing that on purpose? And she's like, kind of. And what was the other, there was another Irish thing that was funny. Oh, on Grow, Cook, Eat, they make bruschetta, and the horticultural guy picks up his piece of bruschetta and takes a bite, and it's a mess a little bit, and he's like, "Oh, that was a mess," and she said, "Mine wasn't," and the guy goes, "Yeah, who cuts their bruschetta?" And she said, "I was raised up, not dragged," and I fucking laughed my banana head off. That was awesome. Maybe.
Should we take another break?
Yes, we should. Sure should. 51:38.
Yay. Okay.
What do you got for this last?
Well,
8 minutes?
tonight, which is Wednesday, I'm doing a show at Flappers, and then I'm doing Totally
cool.
at Bar Lubitsch.
Tonight, two sets.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm gonna have to go last on one of them and first on the other. Got to make some calls.
Hey, tell Lydia Popovich about that. I forgot about Totally, because Lydia Popovich coming to town. You guys, you should book her.
Oh,
remember,
yeah, she's
Comic of the Week, Lydia Popovich.
Where did she move to?
Outside of Nashville, I think.
Okay,
somewhere,
yeah.
Somewhere
in Atlanta,
Tennessee?
but Nashville. Yeah.
So that she could be closer to Dolly Parton's. That was her dork forest. Was Dolly Parton's?
I'm telling you, everyone's leaving. Marcella's in Chicago. Virginia's in Portland. Where everyone's fleeing. Everyone's learned that they don't have to live here if they don't want to. You know.
Good news.
I swear to God, if my name wasn't on that Comedy Store wall, I'd be like thinking about it. But I do like living near a pool.
I love it.
Anyway.
Here.
Yeah, I know you do. I know you do.
Know what? But wherever I lived, it turns out, Laurie Kilmartin, I would also love it because I would find people I wanted to hang out with.
Jackie,
and that's half the battle, you guys.
It is. When I was growing up in the Bay Area in the East Bay, we made fun of Rossmore. It's this huge retirement community near Walnut Creek.
Sure.
You know, and my mom's best friend lives there, and I went to go visit her last time I was up there during the Manteca Marin Week, and
that's neat.
I'm like, I would love to live here. Just let me die here. There's peacocks. There's nature. There's I don't play golf, but there's golfers, so that means there's men there. Right?
Oh my gosh, hilarious. Don't forget the
There's
lube.
a Safeway nearby. I mean, all my needs are being met.
Right. All of your I would love I'm on board with the idea of assisted living or just getting a condo. But did I tell you about this gig I did? It was a Tuesday. The one I think I put in the thing for Lydia was up San Fernando.
Oh yeah.
And it reminded, I think I talked about it last week, about how it reminded me of Burbank and Toluca Lake 25 years ago.
Yeah.
And it might not be affordable, but it's more affordable. And so go move up there, you guys, and work from home and then drive and do sets.
Yeah.
So,
yes. I mean, sure. Move to the valley where every year it gets 2 degrees hotter, the median. Yeah, please. I'm dying here.
It's truly warm.
You won't even let me open my window. Because the chimes. Well, that's
because you went chimes. It's going to be a lot. Chimes are a lot.
They
but
sound
I'm glad there's
beautiful.
A breeze.
Your anti-chime.
I'm not
Noted.
anti-chime, but a lot of chimes. Too many chimes. Yeah.
No such
I
thing.
one set of chimes. We have neighbors who have
Jackie,
chimes.
look at this hair.
What is it?
I almost passed out yesterday. All right. My hair.
Got a real hairdresser.
Hold on. My hairdresser, who I used for many, many years, I lost her to crypto. Okay? She made a lot of money in crypto. She doesn't do hair anymore. She's like, goodbye. All right?
She'll be back. That's what
I don't know. I
crypto's
think
like.
she made fuck you money. That's what I think.
But the thing is people who do crypto have a gambling problem, so
But
she'll be back anyway.
Maybe we'll see.
Unless she's good.
She's also a mom. She might.
Okay.
I think she's smart enough to set some aside and go.
Good.
Here's my gambling money, and here's what I've set aside.
Mhm.
Either way, ghosted me.
This is my rifle.
Right?
This is my gun. Yes.
So then I find a place, listed on Nextdoor. Everyone loves it, and I go there, and I mentioned my hairdresser was lost to crypto, and other of her clients have gone to this place because they're like, oh, we know, I said her name and like, yeah, we have more of her people here. So I get my hair done. I think it looks great, but it was almost twice as much as as Crypto Gal charged me.
Right.
And I wasn't expecting that. Although, like, the appointment kept getting longer and longer, and my hair was really being done a lot, like the blow dry. I was like, I'm going to the gym. Please don't waste your time blow drying it. Like that. My old lady, she knew that.
After
she would cut it wet, it would be fine with me, right?
Yeah, right.
I don't care. It's just long.
Artist.
I just want long hair to cover my neck. I don't need it style. Just cover this so all right, that's all I need. I'm trying to cover shit. And but they went all in, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be bad. And it was worse than I thought. And then then the tip thing came up, and I was like, I have never spent that much money on hair, and I can never do it again because it feels bad. It ruined the hair for me. It doesn't feel good. I just keep thinking how many other things I could have bought with that extra money.
Right.
That I need.
Here's what happens is you'll either just now you will have had the best haircut of your life and color and just go, I don't need it. I'm going to go to a place that is half that or whatever, just going to find a different place.
Right.
Or you will go, you know what? I really liked it. It's worth it. And one of those two things will happen. And, but I can't wait to see it in real life is what I genuinely have to say. Yeah.
What I have to say though, is that when I threw that number out, two of you were like, oh, that's kind of what I pay. So unbeknownst to me, the price of coloring your hair has skyrocketed. And I was just lucky living in my little bubble with Crypto Gal. You kept it at a pretty moderate, because she would come to the house so she didn't have to rent a station or anything.
Oh, wow.
So I, saved her a lot of money, and I washed my own hair.
Okay.
Whatever.
Yeah. Did it start during lockdown?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She was probably giving you a deal because
probably
you
I was a loyal customer.
Lockdown. Yep. That's it.
Every 6 to 7 weeks, and never let those roots come in.
Well, I what I did this weekend that was exciting as a final tale of my journey is we had a friend's birthday and we went to an escape room, and I am not good at escape rooms, but I like going with these people because they are. But this one was the fanciest. Like Barbara Holiday came on the Dork Forest and talked about escape rooms, and
Barbara's into them from Flap.
The most, from Flappers. Yeah, and then I did another one with a guy who was really into them, and so. But what they are is they're puzzles, right? They're puzzles, and you don't really have to escape. Turns out you can leave at any time. But this one's in Koreatown, and it's 90 minutes, and it's called the Stash House, and it's got a drug theme, and it's kind of awesome. But it was so many puzzles. It was 90 minutes. There were 7 of us. We solved it with 8 minutes to spare, but it was, I think, the best one I've ever gone to. So if you live in LA and like an escape room, the Stash House in Koreatown, kind of epic. So yeah,
I pitched and produced Conan and Jordan Schlansky at an escape house, and it was like a really good remote, but in it, I was like, I hate this place. It's just, I don't think it's cute. I don't think it's funny. I don't like being trapped. I don't like your little clues, and I
Right.
want out now.
Right, because the thing is I didn't want to go because I was like, well, I don't want to be trapped anywhere. And they're like, Jackie, you just paid $45. We're not keeping you. We're keeping your money. You can fuck off at any time. And so, but I'm not actually very good at puzzles. So,
I don't enjoy it. I don't like riddles. No, I don't. No, I don't know why. I just don't find enjoyment. People,
right? You don't. Do you do crossword puzzles? Do you do Sudoku?
No.
So then it's not for you. But other people who do like them, knock yourselves out. Anyway,
Yeah.
You got anything? Anything you want to say in closing?
Oh, in closing, yeah, if you're anywhere near Indiana, the whole state, I would expect you to drive to Bloomington and see my shows this week. I have 2 on Friday, 2 on Saturday, and if you're in the Bay Area, I'm at Rooster Teeth Feathers. Start buying those tickets now, because if we sell enough, we can add a second show on Saturday, and I love to do more shows. So if you or you know somebody that would like me, get your tickets now at Rooster Teeth Feathers. You can go to their site or my site. Let's try to move. And also I'll be in New York City on September 27th, one night only, doing 2 shows at the West Side, headlining like a real comic in a real city on the Upper West Side. So come out to that. And then I'll be, of course, in Santa Barbara on the 14th. Those are some upcoming gigs that aren't too far out. And then I have other stuff that I can plug at a later date.
Right. And I am going to ride the coattail of that thing. If you're in Madison, Milwaukee, or Chicago, come to the Madison gigs, come to the Chicago gig. I'd love to add a second on the Chicago. It's a Wednesday, starts early. We could add another early show right afterwards. And there you go. JackieKashian.com, LaurieKilmartin.com. The Jackie and Laurie Show wishes you a good day. How do you feel about that?
And a Merry Christmas.